And here we have Diesel and Solar. Diesel is walking Solar, as you can see. It's kind of cute. Diesel's been liking to walk things since he was a puppy, so, you know, gotta keep with the tradition of letting him walk Solar.
Let her go.
Out on the beach, walking Diesel and Solar, and that is the Pacific Ocean today. She's a little mad, I think, because I think there's a storm or two off of the coast, like 100 or so miles off the coast, but still off the coast, and it's still, you know, in relative terms, pretty close. So,
okay, this is the garage. It's just below the companionway. So we open her up, and this is where those boards went that I painted to give me shelving space in here. Hold all my tools. Went in there really well. That's my water container for my fresh water. Yeah, and my shelving, and I got screwed to the walls. Yep, that's her. One garage in a boat. Amazing.
so I have a bolt that's halfway out, halfway in, well, sort of more than halfway out. And we are pulling, cleaning, and sealing, putting back. That's the putting back part. And it makes a tighter seal for the toe kick. And we've made it that far. It's pretty good. So, in my overzealousness with the silicone, I get to scrape all that fun stuff off, because it's got to be like that so I can get the darn screw out.
Well, we're pulling the nuts, pulling the bolts, resealing them, and putting them back. So what it looks like up under here on the marriage line, that's what still needs to be done. And that's the one we're on, and those are the ones we've already done. So here is the nuts coming out, and just working them one at a time. Well, now we got the mold problem taken care of and got her all dried out. So now the marriage line bolts on the toe kick on the outside, we're pulling the nuts, washers off of them, cleaning them off, putting them back up, tightening them back down, sealing them most importantly from the outside around the bolt, and put them back into the hole. We have found that the majority of them are, if not finger tight, just barely tighter than finger tight. So the 8 years of sitting on the hard, let this be a lesson. If you let your stuff just sit, it has nuts and bolts in it, it will need to be tightened up. Things fall apart a lot easier than you think if things just sit around. So we're working my way through. Here we go. Yeah. And the
Go ahead and
one
do
at a
that,
time.
Joe.
Oh, back to work. Next.
Going on to the next one?
Yes.
And we are preparing to put in the water, so we are moving everything that we had outside on the deck and in the helm into here. so that we don't lose anything when we put her into the water. Well, this is the outside of the boat before she's getting washed and waxed and all that stuff, but we're getting her prepared so that she's pretty in the water, looking all nice and new and stuff. Yeah, and stuff. There's Joe. Wave for the camera, Joe.
Hey.
And by the time we are all finished here, we will be in the water, and all of this here will be all cleaned up. And yeah, just a couple hours ago she was covered up with all these tarps.
And today we're starting out in beautiful Winchester, Oregon. It is quite beautiful today. Today's agenda: we're getting the boat ready to put into the water today. As you can see, being on the hard is dirty business. The boat is a wonderful flavor of gross. Hey woman, your boat is dirty, and I don't mean in a good way. On today's agenda, installing the adjustable backstay to the aft of the boat. Just getting the last couple of turnbuckles put together so we can put the lines down once we get the mast stood up. One step at a time. Put together, ready. Have this side assembled as well. Getting there. We'll get all of this put away. Cinda is just hard at work in there getting everything ready. But I got most everything put away. I've got a few things I still got to do. I just got done sweeping and cleaning up the helm, getting the cushions back down, and all of that cleaned up out there. I'm gonna uncover the wheel here, get her out. Let's uncover her and see what she looks like. Big old zipper. She's a little tattered, but we'll put something nice on her. That's much nicer. Much nicer. I do believe we're about 99% there. We're less than an hour away from putting in. Coming soon. Spreading the tarps out, drying them. Pretty efficient. 2 minutes, they'll be dry.
Alright, I need the sawhorse.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, here comes Joe's favorite remote control car, coming to move our boat. really good at his job. They are removing the supports. It's getting real, boys and girls. It's getting real. And now she is dangling in the air by those big straps. And Joe's favorite remote control car. Joe's putting some last minute touches on the boat, making the bottom look pretty, even though we won't see it. And here we go. She is backing out of our space and on her way to the water.
And we are on the move. Well, boys and girls, there ain't no backing out now. Yep, we're in it now.
What's he talking about?
That is our mess that we get to clean up.
I'm reminded of something that I heard when I was at Dirt Church with all of my buddies back in the day. And that is, go big or go home. And to the best of my knowledge, this falls under the category of big. Really, really big boat. Yep. Big boat.
Talk about what's gonna happen if there's no.
She is floating. No holes or nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a 10-month journey, but KAO'S is in the Pacific Ocean again. Big D, how you doing there on the boat? Everything working out good for you? You look good from here. We'll get all that situated here over the next day or so. Tomorrow, mast stepping. We're gonna get our mast tomorrow. Seal.
Seal in Winchester Bay.
You can come
And
down
Tim is coming to talk to us. Or him.
and check it out. Yeah, you're gonna see boats coming in.
a beautiful sunset. First night on the water. Well, we're still over here at this loading dock right here because our boom, our mast has to go into that hole and down into the head so that we can hook all of the lines up on both sides and then we can move from here. So we are preparing to get the mast put in, and the mast is going to go down inside this hole and sit right in there inside the head.
Raising the outrigger. Touch it other than the back side.
You're gonna want to watch how that spins,
Yeah,
just so we don't get all that other shit on that back side.
right.
Cables and stuff.
We're setting like this. It needs to turn around like okay.
Once I get it down there, then I'll work everything over.
Ew. Well, that was the end of the rat's nest that was in there.
Pretty much, he's putting all the stuff inside the horn and each one of
I'm good when you are.
Alright.
Coming down. Okay, do it.
The mast is in, but not quite set. And the mast is in. Boy, she sure is a pretty boat.
So look who our next door neighbors are. Yep, U.S. Coast Guard.
So I came back from the car from getting tarps from the car, and I came back to find this monkey man climbing all over my mast. This is what you have to do when you put your mast up and the lines get all tangled up with the mast and the spreaders and all of that. So yeah, this is fun. Maybe.
For me.
He says not for me, so it's probably not all that much fun because he says it's like class 5 terrifying or whatever. And if he's scared, that means I'm never climbing up there.
Got our paperwork for the transient dock while we're here. Well, 10 months ago, we got given this boat by Mr. and Mrs. Underwood, and we started the adventure of trying to put her back together to put her in the water. And here we are now, about mid-March 2020, and we were given the boat in mid-June of 2019, and here she is in the water. She is tall, and that is a long way up.